Welcome to another iPaceOwner breaking news, and we've got a lot of it today. So we're going to be covering SOTA software over the air updates for the telemetry control unit, TCU, also known as the vehicle communication system. Also WattCat's got some very nice new features, and we talk about Maingau, however you want to pronounce its price increase, and also the changes to the model year 21 for Norway and Germany to include a lower powered version of the iPace. All that coming up. Let's start with that new version of the iPace. This is the EV320, 320 brake horsepower. Now this is obviously from a Norwegian site, but it sounds quite interesting. It's got all the features in the model year 21, but obviously with reduced power. Same range, slower acceleration, and slower top speed. But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's fairly similar. I don't think it's actually a unique model. I suspect this is just software limited on the normal EV400, but yeah, interesting to see that there's a reduced price version coming in. Hope your Norwegian's good. Get an idea of the pricing. I mean, 699,000 NOK is 69,000 euro, so it's below the prices of some other vehicles in Norway now, so it's definitely an interesting change. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the change to Maingau's pricing. You may remember I mentioned this as a cheap way of charging Ionity. Alas, no more, at least from the 1st of September, no more. They've changed their pricing, quite understandable. They've been subsidising charging on a lot of charging networks for a very long time, and I didn't think that was particularly sustainable. So from the 1st of September, your charging prices will be, let's ignore the AC because I don't know if anybody would use that, but 46.79 cents per kilowatt hour on FD, and then 73.11 cents per kilowatt hour for Ionity, specifically charged for Ionity as a separate pricing from their normal pricing. Now this affects a lot of things, not just Ionity. Obviously people have used this for Lego and Fastnet in Europe as well, so it's a shame to see it, but as I said, totally understandable. This does mean that the current best price for Ionity with a Jaguar is obviously the Jaguar public charging app, still £8.80 at the moment, and if that went away, the charge point deal is now the cheapest way of getting charging on Ionity. Next thing I wanted to talk about is there's an update coming out for the vehicle connectivity system, or actually what internally it's the telemetry control unit, the TCU. So at the moment you may be on 18.2, you may be on 16.2, you may even be on 14.2, and depending what version you're on, you may actually see it in the car or you may not. I never used to see this on my car. This is if I scroll up, this is from the check for update screen and software update screen, and normally a lot of people scroll down and they see nothing at the bottom of the screen there. What seems to happen is if you drive for a long time, it then starts popping up, and then on my car it did that once, and it's now appearing all the time. So yeah, but if you can't see it there's another way you can find it now, which brings me on to the next story, which is all about WattCat. So WattCat have made some really good improvements over the last few versions, and one of my favourite features on here now is if you tap on here and go to details, at the top you see this little download button. Tap on that, I can get my screen recorder out of the way, tap on that, you then get a list of release notes which are available for your car. So you can actually go back and see what all these versions you've been getting are, and as you can see at the moment the last one which it shows for the TCU is 18.2, but there is a new version of the TCU software out there. It's 19.2. It fixes some of the blank screen issues and some communication issues. I haven't actually had the full release notes yet, and they're not yet available within WattCat because it's not actually been pushed yet. I don't think it's only going out for a few. So the dealers are pushing that on new updates and on new service appointments at the moment, but it will be coming soon on over the air to everybody. Now the other great thing you can do in WattCat now is you can actually see what version you're on, and as you see down here it says I'm on 18.2 at the very bottom of the screen. Excellent stuff.